We are living through the scariest economic experiment in history right now, and no one knows it. Welcome to the Financial Flow. Please like and subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to stay up on our latest videos. Most countries around the globe shows in paper that they have recovered from the economic breakdown that happened in the previous year. It shows unemployment rates are becoming nearer to the usual. The number of businesses who were bankrupt has hit a 2-year low, and the stock market is at its all-time high. This looks great on the surface, but in reality, we are experiencing the largest and frightening financial trial in history. This experiment can either take us to the golden age of a new economy or could carry us into the dark ages the world has never seen before. In China, during the 7th century, copper coins are widely used as the main currency for these Chinese traders. But during this time, they have encountered problems with it. These coins are heavy, and a lot of it is needed for a single transaction. It is inconvenient to carry them around the city. To remedy this concern, the Chinese traders thought of an idea. If they deposit these heavy coins with someone or somebody running a business, and in return, they receive a piece of paper, which is called a promissory note or a banknote. This would mean the traders will no longer carry around big amounts of heavy coins. These coins are safely stored in one location. With this, the old form of paper money was born, and it was implemented as a form of money in China. After a few hundred years of using this kind of currency system, the Chinese government noticed something odd. Because of the change and the copper shortage, it caused the government to issue more promissory notes and less copper coins. It is during this time that the government saw a potential to massively boost their economy, allowing them to spend more on things like military and infrastructure. This resulted to an economic experiment that would become very vital to what we are undergoing now. Chinese government has declared a new form of paper currency, considering it as a publicly owned monopoly. This allowed them to completely gain control of the currency. For a couple of centuries, this setup wherein the government has only the ability to print money on command and control the inflation has worked to their advantage. But they are unaware of a global threat growing in the Central Asia that would change the course of events in history. In the year 1206, a man named Temujin has unified the Mongol tribes and soon became known as Genghis Khan. He headed the largest military conquest in human history. And in 1271, the Yuan Dynasty was formed by his successors who took over China. This newly formed Chinese Mongol government kept spending the government's money to further fund their conquests. During this time, Instead of managing their expenses or thinking about their government debts, they opted to manufacture more paper money to fund their military campaigns. They thought that since they were the government and they publicly monopolized the currency, they can do whatever they want with little or no consequences at all. With this line of thought, they basically overhauled the paper money and turned it into the world's first approved currency. This was the start of their kingdom running on a completely new economic theory. This setup worked for a little while, but soon after, the economy of Yuan Dynasty began to collapse due to the wars that broke out in Japan, Vietnam, Burma, and Java, and years of ignoring their debt and inflation. In the early 1300s, the inflation rose to 80%, and they were in severe debt crisis. This led to their population becoming impoverished within the span of 5 years. The government's theory on printing their own money could solve their economic problems became the cause of their downfall. In 1370, the Yuan Dynasty has completely collapsed due to their inability to recover from their economic downfall, coupled with their incapability to help their people after several natural disasters that hit their empire. This brings us to today's situation. As we may all know, the governments around the globe have accumulated record levels of debt in order to keep their economies afloat. During the pandemic, they printed money not only at record levels, but levels that are the same to the way the Yuan Dynasty did in the early 1300s. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe and stay up to date by hitting the notification bell for our latest videos.